Welcome. This is the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, and we are so glad that you've made it to a calmer corner of your day. Here, we focus on real solutions, practical help, and the kind of encouragement we could all use a little more of. So let's get to it.
I'm going to start with something that might surprise you. High blood pressure often has no symptoms at all. You can feel just fine, go about your day, and still be at serious risk. So today I want to talk with you about how to track blood pressure at home safely, without stress, without fear, and without turning it into a daily source of worry. Here's the promise. By the end of this episode, you'll know how to check blood pressure the right way, what numbers really matter, and how to use that information to protect your health instead of scare yourself. And just so you know where I'm coming from, I'm Robin Schultz, a senior home safety specialist. I've spent years helping older adults and families make sense of health and safety issues in a practical, calm way. This is one of those topics where small mistakes can cause big confusion. First, let's talk about why home blood pressure tracking is such a good idea. Blood pressure changes throughout the day. It can go up when you're stressed or rushing or in pain. It can go down when you're relaxing or resting. A single reading at the doctor's office does not always tell the full story. That's why many doctors now rely on home readings to guide treatment. But here is the key part. Only if those readings are done correctly. I've seen people panic over numbers that were never accurate to begin with, and that is not helpful. Here's what I mean. Let's start with the equipment. If you're checking blood pressure at home, use an automatic upper arm cuff, not a wrist cuff, not a finger device. An upper arm monitor is the most reliable for most people. Make sure the cuff fits your arm. If the cuff is too small or too large, the reading will be off. If you're not sure, measure around your upper arm and check the size guide on the box. This step matters more than most people realize. Next, let's talk about timing. Do not check your blood pressure when you're rushed. Do not check it right after climbing stairs. Do not check it while talking on the phone or watching upsetting news or holding your breath. Sit quietly for 5 minutes before checking it. Feet flat on the floor, back supported, arm resting on a table at heart level. This position helps your body settle so the reading reflects your true resting pressure. And here's something that surprises people. Do not talk during the reading. Even small movements or conversation can raise the number. Just sit quietly, breathe normally, and let the machine do its job. Now, how often should you check? Well, unless your doctor says otherwise, once in the morning and once in the evening for a short period of time is usually enough. You do not need to check it 10 times a day. You do not need to check it every time you feel stressed. More checking does not equal better information. It often just increases anxiety. If you're newly monitoring or adjusting medication, your doctor may want readings for 1 to 2 weeks. After that, many people only need to check it a few times a week. Consistency matters more than frequency. Try to check at the same time each day. Maybe in the morning before medication or the evening before dinner. Having a pattern like that gives useful trends. Now let's talk about the numbers because this is where fear often sneaks in. Blood pressure is written as 2 numbers. The top number is called systolic. The bottom number is called diastolic. In general, many doctors look for readings under 130/80, but your personal goal may be different based on age, health history, and medications. Remember that one high reading does not mean an emergency. It's important, so I'm going to repeat that. One high reading does not mean an emergency. What matters is the pattern over time. If you see repeated high readings across days, that's worth a call to your healthcare provider. If you see a single spike after stress or poor sleep, take a breath and recheck your pressure again later. Now, when should you seek immediate help? Well, if your blood pressure is extremely high, for example, over 180 on the top number, and you have symptoms like chest pain, shortness of breath, confusion, vision changes, or severe headache, that is not the time to wait and see. That is when you want to seek medical care right away. But most home monitoring is about long-term awareness, not crisis management. Next, let's talk about recording your readings. Write them down or use a digital log. Include the date, time, and any notes like felt stressed or missed medication. This context helps your doctor make better decisions. Do not just bring a list of random numbers. You want to bring patterns. Now I want to talk directly to caregivers for a minute. If you're helping a loved one check blood pressure, go slow. Explain each step to the person. Make it routine, not dramatic. Sit with them, stay calm. Your tone matters more than the numbers. I've seen older adults become anxious simply because the caregiver looked worried. Calm is contagious, as is fear, so you want to stay calm. And if your loved one has memory issues, try to keep the process the same each time. Sit in the same chair, at the same table, take it at the same time of day. Familiar routines reduce resistance and improve accuracy. And finally, remember this. Home blood pressure tracking is a tool. It's not a judgment. It's not a test you can fail. It's information. And information, when used calmly and correctly, helps you stay independent, safe, and informed. You're doing this because you care about your health or because you care about someone else's, and that matters. So thanks for joining me today. Please share this episode with someone you care about who could use the information to make their life safer. You'll find more resources for seniors and caregivers on our website at seniorsafetyadvice.com. And if you're searching for an Aging in Place specialist, please visit our sister website at aginginplacedirectory.com. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel or to this podcast yet, go ahead and do that right now, and then come back tomorrow for another daily moment of guidance and encouragement right here on the Senior Safety Advice Podcast. Until next time, thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.
This podcast is part of our mission to help older adults live safely and independently. If you'd like to take the next step, visit aginginplacedirectory.com, where you'll find specialists, helpful resources, and inspiration to make every home your place to thrive.